First of all, when a guy's banging you, you gotta spit off him. Now those are the best kind of defenders to play against
Dumbass.
because if he can feel your body, come on.
Chuck, you know what you're talking about. Alright, first of all, what you said was sus as fuck. Alright, but besides that, get you one of these. You know what you're talking about, Chuck.
I tell you what, if I was riding on Kobe and Dwayne Wade's coattails, I'd have got me some championships too.
Chuck, what are you talking about? I was the MVP. You know what you're talking about. Alright, I tell you what, I'll take this medal can and throw it at your ass. You never been a winner. You never won anything except for a pie eating contest.
Alright, y'all, so today I'm going to be reviewing part 2 of the Shaq documentary on HBO. And this was another banger, another dope one. So last time we left off, he was leaving Orlando. Now he's going to the Lakers. And Lakers Shaq is like, that was prime Shaq, okay? And this is not even up for debate. 2000 Shaq, okay? And the documentary goes into this as well. This is not up for debate, okay? You have your picks of Kareem, Wilt, and Shaq, and that's all cool. And yes, Kareem did have the better career, but 2000 Shaq was the most dominant player in the history of the game. 2000 Shaq would have ate up Kareem in any era of his career. Any era, whether it was Lou Alcindor Bucks or Kareem with the fucking fro to the goggles and the bald spot in the late 80s, okay? Shaq would beat every version of Kareem in 2000, okay? Nobody could touch that guy. He was just too strong, too fast. He was at his peak, okay? Now, during the Orlando years, that's debatable. And then, of course, in the twilight of his career, you know, you can say, like, yeah, well, Shaq was out of shape then, so he definitely wasn't the same player. But that stretch between 2000 and 2003, he wasn't fucking with Shaq. He was too much to handle. He was too much. Yo, he was that character in a video game. If you was playing NBA 2K and you had to create a character, that's the character you created. The perfect blend of speed, power, agility, mobility, you know what I'm saying, durability. All right, the man wasn't a gym rat, but like Kobe Bryant said, if Shaq would have had the work ethic that he did, not saying he didn't have a work ethic, I mean, there's no way you could be an MVP, a finals MVP, a regular season MVP, and a 3-4 time champion without having a work ethic, okay? It takes more than talent to do that. But if he would have had Kobe's like mentality of being a gym rat, staying in the gym, perfecting your craft every day, I think Shaq would have easily eclipsed Kareem because he just had all the physical attributes that Kareem didn't have. But he just didn't have the, you know, and he'll tell you, he's like, listen, I wasn't a gym rat, you know, I came and I did my job and I went the fuck home and I went and made my money, you know, making movies like Kazam and Steel and stuff like that. So yeah, this documentary, this part 2 covers all that now. So it covers when he first came to LA, he was all into, you know, rapping and making movies and shit. But Jerry West was like, look here, bro. If we're gonna win a championship, if you're gonna be at that level of Magic and Kareem and all them, you have to dial it down on the Hollywood shit and focus on winning. And that's exactly what he did. He had an MVP season. They won the finals against the Indiana Pacers, which I loved because being a Knicks fan, I hated Reggie Miller. So to see Kobe dominate Reggie in the finals, I loved it. I heard that Kobe's family wanted, like, I guess, real limited exposure to Kobe with this documentary, and I don't know why that is. I guess because they're working on their own Kobe doc, but still, Kobe and Shaq is like peanut butter and jelly. You know, you almost can't talk about one without talking about the other. So the one thing about this part that felt kind of weird was that Kobe really wasn't mentioned that much. Like Shaq talked about him briefly, and then they showed little archive footage of how he helped win the championship, but I wish they would have went more into the relationship with Kobe and Shaq and how they did have a brotherhood. Like, they were brothers, you know. I mean, everybody remembers the fallout at the end where they split up, but at one point, like, these two was Batman and Robin. You know, they were the that version of Jordan and Pippen, you know. Like, every dynamic duo you can think of in the NBA history, you got to put Shaq and Kobe up there as one of the best. So that's the only downside is they really didn't get much into Kobe, but I'm pretty sure they're going to get into the controversy next episode. But it's like, okay, I don't want to see too much of the negatives. I know the negative, man. Show when they did get along. You know what I'm saying? Yo, have a classic Kobe. Yo, every NBA player ever since Kobe died has a Kobe story. It has just a legendary Kobe story, and I love every single one of them. Like, it is to the point now where Kobe is a myth, almost like Chuck Norris, you know what I'm saying? And I wish we could have got at least one in here. Just one. Like, okay, family, I understand, you know, one, but just give us one Kobe story. Like, I just imagine some shit like this, like on the cutting room floor.
There was this one time where I was going to the gym to get a midnight workout in, something that I never do, but try to do something different. And I get there, and Kobe's there, and I see him. At first, it looks like he's playing by himself, but then I notice there's a small animal running back and forth, and it's a chicken. Kobe was playing one-on-one with the damn chicken, and of course the chicken, he can't shoot the ball. So I'm like, this motherfucker's crazy. So next day at practice, I stepped him. I said, hey Kobe, last night I was coming to get a workout in, and I saw you running up and down the court chasing the chicken. And Kobe, he looked me dead in my face, and he said, big fella, that's because a chicken is the fastest animal on earth that can catch any man that's faster than any man. And so if I can chase this chicken and catch this chicken, I can catch Allen Iverson. That's when I knew, oh, this motherfucker's different.
You know what I mean? Shit like that. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Everybody has a classic Kobe story, but you know, with that being said, like that, that's just the critic in me talking, you know. But I really enjoyed this episode because, like I said, I got to go back down memory lane for a minute because right now I'm not really a sports fan. I kind of, you know, because my Knicks and my Giants, like we kind of sucked. Well, I heard my Giants are doing good, but I fell back from watching sports. So this was a time that I was like at my peak of watching sports. And even though my Knicks were sucking at the time, but it was just, you know, just seeing that talent. You know, we got Kobe, Shaq, Derek Fisher, Rick Fox, Robert Horry, and you know, Phil Jackson as a coach. That was a fucking dynasty. And you can make the argument, well, damn, who would have won, the '91 Bulls or the 2000 Lakers? And listen, I say if Shaq is on any of those Lakers championship teams, I think they would beat the Bulls because the Bulls don't have a big man to even come close to getting with Shaq. And if anything proves that, look at the next two finals you have, you know, with the 76ers and the Nets, right? Both talented teams, but neither one of them had a big man even close that can. And mind you, Kenyon Martin, tough as nails, he couldn't do nothing with Shaq. He said he couldn't do nothing with Shaq. So there's nobody on that Bulls team where you have Bill Cartwright. You know what I'm saying? Fucking Jason Williams. Come on, man. As great as Michael Jordan is, I honestly, this is just me. Honestly, I'm just being real with y'all. Even though I'm a Jordan fan, but I gotta say those Lakers teams would have fucking smoked the Bulls, man. That's just my personal opinion. To quote Kevin Garnett, thank God that his parents raised him right, because if Shaq was mean, he said his superpower was that when he gets mad, he becomes a motherfucker. And I heard when he lost, he was ripping urinals off the wall, like doing superhuman, Incredible Hulk shit when he gets mad. So just imagine it, if Shaq had bad parents, you know what I'm saying, if Shaq was raised in a bad environment, we'd be having a whole different conversation. Now, this guy be probably the scariest nigga on earth. You know what I'm saying? Just effortlessly just fucking people up for no reason. So luckily he had good parents, man. So shout out to Shaq's parents, man, that he wasn't mean, but he was mean in the right way, because on the court, you couldn't do nothing with him. Probably the most satisfying part of this episode was when they said he slapped the shit out of Greg Ostertag, which I heard already, but it's always nice to hear that story again, because I hated the Utah Jazz, I hated Karl Malone, and I hated Greg Ostertag. And even as a fan of the Knicks, I still watch the Lakers, and I used to get mad when the Jazz would beat the Lakers. I'm like, dude, the Jazz don't even have a talented, besides Malone and Stockton, who the fuck do they have that can handle anybody on the Lakers? And they would beat the Lakers every year. They would piss me off. And for Greg Ostertag to talk about Shaq is overrated, Shaq can't. So when they said that Shaq stepped to him, it was like, hey, you talking shit? Look, watch what you say. I got kids, all right? And Greg was like, man, fuck you. I slapped the taste out of his mouth. I wish I could have seen that. I wish I could have been a fly on the wall, because Greg Ostertag, he just has the most punchable face, you know what I mean? So yeah, that was the most satisfying part. So anyways, y'all, dope ass entry. Can't wait for part 3. What did you guys think? Comment freely below. Let me know what you thought. If you like and dig this content, hit that like, subscribe, notification bell in the corner. This is Rashad G signing out. See you in the next video.